Right now we should continue back with the stream.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go right back into it. Sorry for the interruptions. I literally just lost power for like a quick second on my house, and basically took down whatever I was doing. So I had to quickly reboot it and get everything back online.
Sweet. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So hang on one second. Let me get some of the stuff back on track because it kind of screwed up a little bit. But
First live stream, we're going to have problems.
so far it's working out so good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort out what's going on with that. There you go. We're back on track now. Yeah, I accidentally. No, I don't even know how I lost power. It's all of a sudden. It just happened, and somehow I just seem to have lost power. It turned off, and then it came back on, and that was it.
At least we're back.
Am I a bit choppy right now, or am I good? My video seems a little bit choppy though.
Yeah, it is a little bit choppy.
Yeah, I don't know why. So I'm gonna let it catch itself up. Anyway, what were we talking about before? AMD.
So we're talking about your Asus Tinkerboard that you've got a video coming up on?
Yeah, this Tinkerboard I'm going to have a video coming up on. I played around with it for like a good day. Again, like we were just talking about, more of the name. Lee Young, I just read what he wrote. Wow, second YouTube notification from the relaunch. 100% well played. By accident, I'm telling you. By accident.
Exactly.
That is so true. I would gladly play half. That's why I've been waiting for this Intel. I was waiting for, AMD. I've been waiting for this AMD for so long because I knew it's going to be half the price of what Intel will offer, but I didn't know what the speeds were going to be. And being that it was very comparable to the 7700s and the 6800s, I was very happy.
And also the extra cores as well, being 816, it's going to be a huge impact for people that want to use virtual machines. And
also, I was looking up the wattage. I was playing around with my desktop. It's 8-core AMD right now, and it's running at 145 watts. Meanwhile, the 1700 that I'm planning to get is 65 watts, and it's delivering more power than this CPU can. So I'm already saving in that end as far as the power consumption and being able to go more cores and faster. So I'll be able to compile much more. Well, the video maybe sooner. I already did a preempt benchmark on my own desktop right now. So I did a benchmark on my desktop, and then as soon as I build that computer, I'm going to run the same benchmark programs on that computer and see how much of a difference it is, or how much of a performance boost I'm going to get from the 8-core that I'm using currently.
Yeah, that'll be great to see that.
Yeah, I really can't wait. So that's going to be fun. As far as like, I'm going to segue over to the Asus, because we were talking about the Asus. This little chip guy, I think, is interesting, but then again, really not worth its money or the price. I'm going to have to explain that in the future. You're going to see it in the video, but I'll tell you why. It is really cool. It is 1.8 gigahertz with 2 gigs of RAM, so it is the Raspberry Pi. But for being double the price, I don't see it. I don't see it being double the price, so that's another thing.
That's exactly right. Yeah, you're not paying double the price for the same performance or even less or whatever it's going to come out to be. Instead, you'd expect paying double the price for double the performance.
Yeah. Unlike the AMD, you're paying half the price but double the speed.
Exactly.
So much better.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be okay. I don't know why it's a little bit choppy on the video compared to what it was before, but I'm hoping the audio is coming in fine.
Yeah, if it's not, just let us know and we'll have a play around and see if we can fix it up on our sides.
Yeah, again, this is the first time we're doing this, so it's a new thing for us. But hopefully, if you guys enjoy this, we want to do more of these videos, more live streams of us just chit chatting, figuring out what we're gonna do. So, do you have any plans on what's lined up on your channel or any projects that you're working on?
Yeah, so at the moment, I think mainly the next really big project, I think for me, is going to be an all-in-one system based around RetroPie. Actually, no, can that. There is another project which is is about creating a personal Netflix. And that's going to be quite a big project. It's going to take a lot of work to do. However, the payoff is going to be pretty amazing. So being able to stream all your media directly from a cloud-based solution.
That's really cool. Like,
Yeah, so
what
it's
attempt if you're gonna do this stuff on the cloud, um, then there's gonna be a chance that it's gonna go through CleanNet. So, what's gonna happen there?
it's going to go through what, sorry?
CleanNet, like the clean web. So, wouldn't you get in trouble if you're gonna be streaming videos and stuff like that just through unfiltered internet?
The part of the project is actually encrypting the source files so that way when you view them, it decrypts them on the fly. So it won't take too much of a performance hit, but encrypting them prior to uploading them to the cloud will fix a lot of those issues.
Oh, so you're doing a whole encryption thing.
Yep, so it'll be encrypted, uploading, and then downloading with encryption on the fly.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, wouldn't there be latency?
Not really. Like I'm in Australia, so pretty much Sydney, and the latency uh, is not too bad. It's about 180 milliseconds, which seems like a lot, but when you're streaming video anyway, all you need to do is have your buffer fill up, and you can stream that source from pretty much anywhere.
So, wait, you're doing this through Raspberry Pi, or you're doing this through
Primarily, I've been doing it through virtual machines, but I am in the process of setting it up through a Raspberry Pi. So the Raspberry Pi will be the encryptor and the decryptor, and also the streamer. So basically, I want to create a unit that's all in one,
yeah.
that all you need to do is hook it up to your home network, and away you go.
When are you planning to do that video? Is this soon? Next day? 2 days?
It's a big project. I think my last one with the USB hard drive with RetroPie, that took quite a while to actually figure out and get working correctly. So this one, I'm still in the testing phase. I'm hoping to have it out, I would say, not this Friday coming, but next Friday, I would say would be a good buffer for me. So yeah, it's definitely on the way.
He missed it a little bit, so you want to repeat like a short form of what you were doing?
Okay, so encrypting media files, so whether it's audio or video files.
So he's basically making a personal Netflix. That's what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of needing to stream off of Netflix or any of the other services out there, having your own personal collection, say your Blu-rays and so forth, if you are quite confident with ripping those already, then you can upload those files directly to a cloud and have that stream anywhere that you want, really.
Yeah, that's where the encryption comes in, what he was talking about.
That's
instead
right.
Of going through CleanNet or unfiltered internet, everything's going to be encrypted, so that way you won't get in trouble.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that they've got pretty aggressive search bots that go out there and they'll find sources of files that have names or contain certain frames of video in them where, they don't know that you've legally ripped that yourself. So they'll just take it down and give you a warning and so forth. So if you actually own that but don't want to be caught, then the way to get around that is through encryption.
Yeah, that's going to be great. And like I was saying, if you guys missed it again, that allows your Raspberry Pi to boot up RetroPie. So basically all your ROMs and everything will be in this hard drive without having to even go through any SD card. It's basically boots right into the hard drive.
That's right.
So you guys want to check this out. Check out his channel. He's got that video, and it's actually pretty impressive on what it happens or what it does. And I'm pretty sure with a few modifications to what he was doing, you could just run it right off a USB thumb drive instead of having to run off the full hard drive itself. Because sometimes carrying a full hard drive with a Raspberry Pi, it's a little bit too much. So, but instead of using an SD card, you could run it off a USB thumb drive or SSD. And yeah, actually on one of your videos, that video, instead of running it, you were running it on a spindle, right? Instead of on a spindle hard drive, can you do it
You
off
could do it SSD.
So would it be less power consumption?
Oh, good question, actually. I know that the draw is about 3 amps, I think, to actually just boot up a mechanical hard drive. So if that's the case, which is about 15 watts, so if that's the case, then an SSD, yeah, it may not need as much power. So that's actually something that I should test out with my RetroPie installation.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That much, what do you call it, horsepower? I mean,
exactly.
Actual regular power, then it would work out much better because now you don't have to run an extra power cable to go there.
That's right, yeah. And that's one of the worst things is that because the power draw of the hard drive is so much, I mean, you could use an external desktop hard drive with the power that plugs straight into the wall, and that would work fine. But if you're looking at using those little portable 2.5-inch hard drives, then yeah, you really need a Y splitter cable so you can supply power directly to the device without having to go through the Pi to do it.
Right. I'm just responding to something.
Yeah.
you could do a network boot.
It's been going so quickly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what he was saying is that you could do a network boot, but I feel that thumb drives are cheaper. It might not necessarily be faster than an SD card, but it is cost like pennies these days, like really cheap. And you could burn through a thumb drive and still buy another one. It'll still be cheaper than getting a decent SD card.
That's right. And I did test it out on a couple of cheap USB thumb drives. I actually got an 8 gig. I actually got about 10 of them actually for about $2.50 each. So I did give it a shot. However, those thumb drives, for whatever reason, just didn't work. And they were a Toshiba brand, if anyone wants to know.
Oh, and it does work. Does every USB thumb drive work or only specific?
No, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that Toshiba thumb drive didn't work. So whatever chipset they're using inside, the Raspberry Pi didn't like it.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
I see. So
yeah,
it's limited to what drive. Is there a list on where we could find out what drives work, or it's a trial and error type thing?
It is a trial and error thing at the moment. I'm trying to get a list myself of the ones that I've tested, so that way it gives people an idea of what does work and what doesn't. The hard drive in particular that I used was a Western Digital My Passport, and it's the wireless version. So that version there actually worked, and yeah, it didn't give me too much trouble.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting. So, another thing that we were going to pick up was that thing that you're going to tell me about the planets. I didn't really read it yet.
I thought we were going to talk about yeah, so the planets. Yeah, I'm always interested in astronomy, and it's just one of those things that it fascinates me, especially with SpaceX getting into the game now and trying to get us to Mars and so forth. I can't wait for this Hyperloop project that they've got going on as well. But in saying that, it's nothing to do with Elon Musk or anything like that. But they've discovered another 7 Earth-sized planets around a red dwarf star. And yeah, red dwarf stars they last a lot longer than our current sun. So wherever that is, it's going to be, capable of life for a lot longer than our sun will be.
So basically, it's actually a sun planet and everything over there, and we're gonna be able to eventually fly to it and live off.
I own dogs.
Actually, check out one of the comments, which I didn't even see that, but it's funny because of what he said.
What is it? So hold on, I want to have this clarified. So Barnacle-Lee's Nerdgasm and Jay's 2 cents recently stopped Tech Talk, and then you guys saw an opportunity to try out something similar.
Or did they completely stop Tech Talk?
I thought they were just going on hiatus.
Oh, so they actually did stop Tech Talk?
Okay. I knew they were like stopping for a little while. I didn't know they were actually stopping completely. So if that's the case, then, well, we're not copying them. I mean, everyone does a live stream.
We're just testing things out. I mean, me and him talk a lot, and we talk literally like this throughout our days, and we
just talk about whatever comes to our minds, and we
put it
figured,
on a stream and see what happens then. Because, to be honest, we do this daily already, and we're like, why not just put it on a live stream? Something that, to be honest, what he does. It is
exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. Maybe it's a coincidence. We've been talking about it. I really did not know that they stopped their stream, and I do watch their stream, and I do like their stuff that they talk about, which is a lot of times it's just stuff, literally just stuff. And
it is, yeah.
And we go towards that area of expertise. I mean, we talk about the same thing anyway.
Yeah, we're always talking about technology, single board computers, or AMD Ryzen, like we were talking about just before.
To change it up a bit. Did you guys watch the Power Rangers trailer? So for those of you who are within this age era, if you grew up when you were a kid playing with Power Rangers, and then now they're coming out with this Power Rangers movie, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I don't
it's
know
definitely, they've blinged it up.
They did bling it up. I don't understand now that what do you call that guy? I forgot his name.
Zordon, is it?
Zordon, yeah. He's in an actual glass wall and not in a tube like you're used to. Like he used to be in that tube, and you would see his face, and now it's a glass wall, and I don't remember seeing if the Yellow Ranger was Asian.
I'm trying to think.
That was the watch Power Rangers, sorta.
Well, yeah, it used to be an afternoon sort of show for me. Like after school, I'd watch it, and yeah. Whereas now the whole movie, it's definitely, they've thrown a lot of budget behind it, but I don't know. Yeah, it could be really good, but I just feel like it's going to be another one of those. Yeah, they're trying to cash in on the superhero phase.
Okay, I'm gonna answer this for Lee Young because I know what he's trying to get at, but he missed like the part of the conversation in the beginning, and that's what's causing him to have that little bit of a confusion. So basically, TechWiz Time, John from TechWiz Time, he's planning to create a full-on personal Netflix, and instead of storing it locally, he's actually going to have the whole thing stored on Amazon Cloud. Now, being that he's going to store videos and DVDs and stuff that he owns, these cloud services, you're basically traveling all your information through a clean net, or you could say like unfiltered traffic. So one of the things that to prevent any, suspicious activity, he is actually going to encrypt all the traffic going to Amazon Cloud and decrypt it on the fly back to his Raspberry Pi, then using his Raspberry Pi to stream it to his TV or his other devices that he has in the house. So basically, his Raspberry Pi will upload to Amazon Cloud, encrypt the traffic, pull it back down on the fly, decrypting it, and then sharing it back onto the network.
So it's just one of those things. It's the ultimate media center, really, because you don't have to go to the shelf to pull out the DVD, put it into the DVD drive or Blu-ray in this case, and it's just stored in one location, just like your Netflixes and so forth, that you can just access it straight away and not have to worry about actually grabbing it off the shelf, pulling it out and putting it in there. You can choose from the couch.
Yeah, and another thing what he's saying is, why won't you just go for a VPN or a VPS? Well, Amazon Cloud offers unlimited storage for $60. All right.
So that's $60 a year.
I cannot find a VPS that can offer $60 with unlimited space. If I could, then I would have done a VPN. And that's why we're doing this whole thing for $60 unlimited. And believe me, I already have, I think, 7 terabytes of that service.
I think I've got very similar. I think I've got about 4 or 5 terabytes.
Yeah, see, so that's basically a lot of information that if I was to go with a VPS, they can't even offer that type of space, or nowhere near that type of space.
That's right, yep.
Yeah, and basically storing my files on someone else's computer, but whatever works, and Amazon Cloud offers it for $60, so why not?
Exactly.
I was just thinking, what would be a funnier thing? Imagine
What's that?
you encrypted okay, so if you got Amazon Prime, right?
Yep.
Amazon Prime photo storage, right?
Yep.
Now, how they know it's a photo, it's because you named it .jpeg.
Yes, and they would probably have bots out there that might see what the header information is in those files.
Wait, oh yeah, then that wouldn't work. Okay,
Yeah.
because I was saying, like, if you encrypted the traffic and renamed the file to abcdefg.jpeg and then upload it to Amazon Cloud, you might even be able to save that $60.
Exactly.
But if there is a bot that reads the header files, it's going to be like, nope, yep, this is not working. You're not going to be allowed to do this, and then like kick you off.
Well, for some people as well, like some people that have business accounts through Google Drive, they can do a very similar thing. But I think that costs about $10 a month if you're with a business account.
With what?
With Google Drive.
With Google Drive?
Yep. But again, it needs to be a business, and from what I've looked into, you need a minimum of 5 people, or it's either 5 or 10 people per month paying that $10 fee.
So that's like $50.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's per month. Whereas
Yeah.
Amazon Cloud is $60 per year.
Yeah, that's the gimmick. $60 per year. You can't beat that.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to look at integrating the Raspberry Pi, because it is an amazing piece of technology. Integrating the Raspberry Pi 3, so someone just needs to buy that, get an SD card, plug it in, do all the steps to have all their media files encrypted up to Amazon Cloud, and then that same device then decrypts it and then can stream to any device within the house that's on the same network. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish with this device, is something that's simple, that anyone can really do if they follow the tutorial.
Yeah, I wanted to do this for a while now, and hearing that somebody else is going to do it and I could just follow a tutorial, I got to do this.
It will make it easier, and that's what I think is part of the issue with a lot of these. A lot of the things out there at the moment is that it is hard to do unless you know what the steps all are.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Because if someone basically if someone gets it to work and then you follow the process, it's fine.
Sorry, a what?
I'm reading the same thing.
Yeah, so storing them encrypted on Amazon Cloud. So it's not the same as AWS. It's Amazon Cloud Drive, ACD, is their cheaper technology, I believe, but it's using the backbone of AWS.
Led with that next time.
Yes.
We're not using we're not using AWS. We're using Amazon Cloud Drive, right?
That's correct. Yeah, because otherwise it would be way too expensive.
Yeah, otherwise that would have been way too expensive and we nowhere near afford it. But yeah, $60 a year for Amazon Cloud Drive and unlimited storage. And I so far have uploaded almost everything. I actually just killed my server not too long ago. And, actually just killed my server not too long ago, and I ended up uploading all my files up to Amazon Cloud Service. That's why it's got about like 7 terabytes. Mostly these YouTube videos that I record at 1080 and all that stuff, they're big. Every time I record like a 2-minute snippet, it's like, I don't know, 2 gigs. And then if you got over 80 videos with a lot of these clips, you add them up. Just my YouTube videos alone is almost like a couple of terabytes, like 2 terabytes at least, just YouTube videos.
I was going to say, I think mine's about 2 terabytes as well.
Yeah, and I don't erase anything because you can always refer back to it and use it.
That's right, yeah. Grab older footage and actually pull it into a newer video.
Now I know what you're talking about, Lee Young, because you kept asking about VPN, but like I said, now Drive. So,
yes, raw footage.
Yes, raw footage. Nightmare. So back to what we were talking about, Power Rangers.
Yeah. So yeah, it's one of those childhood things, isn't it? Like there's...
I don't know. I'm actually pretty excited for the movie because I want to see how it turns out. I already know that they're going to win. They're going to kill the bad guy, and they're going to put that Zoid... What do you call it? Oh, man, I can't even think of the names anymore.
So Zordon is the main...
Yeah, but what do you call that thing when they connect everything together and then they have this big robot? What's that robot called?
I was going to say Voltron, but that's not it.
No, that's another... That's another cartoon they're going to be making soon. I'm telling you, they ran out of ideas in the movie industry, and all they're doing right now is just recreating old childhood films. Like
exactly right.
And they're not really doing that great of a job. Have you watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Yes, and unfortunately, I love the original live action ones. They did such a great job with them, but the new ones are just, I don't know, they're just, yeah, they're not as good.
Okay, that's a good question. Because when do you ever see a movie where the villain wins? I'm actually pretty excited for the Ghost in the Shell too, because I grew up watching Ghost in the Shell. So
so did I.
I'm
Akira.
huge into the Android and all that stuff. I don't know how that they cast. I don't know how they cast a non-Asian. That's the only thing. It's a full-on Asian character, and then they casted a so that's what gets me a little bit. Like, I don't know.
Well, one of the great things, I think, if Ghost in the Shell does make it big, which I really think that they will do a really good job of it. And if it does, then it opens the door for other animes like Akira, which I don't know how they would do it as live action, but it would be fantastic.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see how that turns out because I really like Ghost in the Shell. I'm afraid that because it's such a good storyline and a plot to it, I'm afraid that they had to shorten the movie and they ended up butchering the storyline, and that's what happens a lot of the time. And I'm excited for the movie. I hear a lot of my friends saying like, the biggest complaint was like, how did you hire a non-Asian to do an Asian role? And they've done it so many times. Look at the Great Wall. Like you have this white guy that, or what do you call that? What do you call that ninja with Tom Cruise in it and Samurai. Last Samurai.
Yep.
Too.
Well, see, there's
the worst
I don't know
movie
if you've
I've
seen
ever
it or not,
watched.
but
The worst one that I have ever watched. Evolution. Dragon Ball Evolution, where they casted this
Oh,
white kid to be Goku, and yeah,
I got
look,
10
before
minutes
I
in
just
and
mentioned it,
just
and they're
stopped.
already typing it in the comments. That was horrendous. And if they turned Ghost in the Shell to that type, I am gonna be so mad. I'm gonna be so mad.
So far, I don't think they've gone that way. But yeah, DBZ, I just could not stand it. I think, yeah, I got into about 10 minutes where he's standing on a log. And yeah, that's about as far as I got.
I remember that he's on the log.
Yeah.
He was doing some splits or something, and
Yeah, did not get far.
I did not get far with that. Another recreation that they did not that great, which they could have done better, was the Last Airbender.
Yeah, it was okay, but it wasn't, yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah, see, that's why I like. Um, that's the thing. Yeah, she's pretty. I think they casted her good for the role, but I gotta really see the movie to really say, because it could the role, or she could really not fit.
100%. Worth the whole stream to see you chuckle.
It's funny that Dragon Ball Z is seriously. Anyway, I do want to ask you guys, what do you guys think about the live streaming? Should I do more of this? You guys are looking
I think we
forward
should probably
to. This is our
do.
first time, and I enjoy it because like it's me and him, and putting it up is not that hard either.
It's not, and it's just what we normally do anyway. We talk about technology, we talk about movies and TV, and yeah,
So if you guys do, we could start making it more of a thing, and getting it a regular schedule for this, and actually putting up real content, because today we tested it out. We just put a few contents that we thought we were actually going to talk about already, and for future references we'll actually put on really news content stuff.
exactly, yeah. Just stuff that we would normally talk about, and stuff that we think that the people that watch our channels would be interested in.
Yeah, so if you guys actually, I'll actually set up some stuff where if you guys want to hit me up on Twitter, if you guys got some topics that's worth talking about or putting it up, you guys hit me up on Twitter, because it actually saves all the feeds there, so I could go back to it, and then we could probably put it up on our next live stream. And until then, follow me on Twitter. I'll probably put up some schedules and see how this would be going forward. That way, it's just not just an all of a sudden blah, and then you guys have to watch this. So we'll actually set this up as a schedule and everything.
Yeah, and don't forget, yeah, if you like Nova Spirit's content, subscribe to his channel and subscribe to mine as well. I'm at Tech Quiz Time.
Yep, I have them in the description. And yeah, I'm basically going to be ending the stream. I think it went pretty well this time. I thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, I will get everything all set up, and then I'll post some stuff on my Twitter. Check out my website. I'll put some stuff on my website on the next time we're going to be streaming and stuff like that. So I'll put everything up so you guys won't be surprised. And again, thanks for watching.
And let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Awesome.
Thank you.
See ya.
See you guys.